you guys, it's me! Whoa! I'm wearing the same outfit that I was wearing in my welcome video. Well, today for me, presently, right now, filming this, it's New Year's Eve. That means it is the end of a year, which is crazy to me. This video is not supposed to be really super sentimental, but it probably will end up being it because I'm a girl and I'm feeling really sentimental about this whole year because I feel really happy about it. Feel proud of how this year went for me, which is weird to say because this year has been a mess, to say the least. I kind of look back at it and I think, how in the world did I make it out sane of many situations that I went through? But, you know, I did. Isn't that neat? I must tell you one thing about this blessed New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, is that it is freaking gorgeous outside. It is blue freaking skies and just everything is beautiful and I'm loving it. The only thing is that when I was out there it was 25 degrees Fahrenheit. I would calculate it into Celsius for you, but I don't need to do that because I'm not going to. But I could, is all I'm saying. But I don't know, it's a gorgeous day. Whatever. I just made fun of myself in my head. Anyway, so moving on. So, you guys, this year is over. Does that make you feel weird? Because it makes me feel weird and also a little bit like, I don't know, I get this way after on every New Year's Eve. I'm like, this year's over. Doesn't even matter if this year was really good or really, really bad. I'm always like, it's over. But I think that's because I'm like, okay, we're moving 1 year forward, I'm just getting older. But then it's like you have to tell yourself not to think like that because then you will just always be depressed. I'm trying to start from the beginning, but I don't, like, you know when you think back to it, you can't really figure out when this year even began. You know that it was January, last January, but you're thinking, what was the first major event that went down? And I think, for me, I was about to say the first month of this year was not eventful, when that's a lie, because my channel over with Jessa started in January. January 31st was our first day of posting, and I'm proud of where we've gotten, because where we were when we first started was absolutely 0 subscribers. No clue what we were doing, had no idea. My living situation was weird. I was just in a weird spot, but then, you know, things just started to turn up. Everything kind of fit back to where it was supposed to be, I think. And I feel like that channel was such a good launching pad for me to feel comfortable to do this channel, you know what I mean? And I really like that. But also it's like, you don't understand how excited we got each subscriber that we got and still do get. We celebrated every freaking subscriber that we had. Even to this day, I think we're at, right at this present moment, we're at 868, which is not where we want to be. Our goal, ultimate goal, was to get 1,000 subscribers in a year, which would be super cool, but we don't know if it's gonna be happening, but if it does, cool. But even to this 868th subscriber, I've been legitimately excited for it. And there's also one more thing I need to tell you. This is something I've been doing since day one. If you have videos on your channel and you've subscribed to us, guaranteed I have watched your video or videos. Whether you've asked me to or not, I have watched them, and I will continue to do that on this channel because I am weird and I like to know who's subscribing. I like to put faces to names because then I know who, I can kind of picture like who I'm talking to, you know what I mean? And I like that. Wow, getting off topic. Anyway, after January, I don't know if it was in that same month of January that I decided this, but after Jess and I started our channel, we were telling ourselves, we felt like this was our year. This was our year to like do things and do what we want to do and kind of set goals and, you know, meet them. Some happened, some didn't, but I think in that time frame I was thinking in my head like, I really want to audition for So You Think You Can Dance. I've been a dancer most of my life, and that's always since that show started. From second season on, I was like, that's what I want to try and do. Like, how cool would that be? So I'd found out that they were having auditions in March in Los Angeles. And so I was like, oh my gosh, if I could go, I would like to go. I mean, it didn't cost anything to audition, you just had to get there. So after, you know, having my tax return and everything from that year, I was like, I have money to go, I could go if I want to. And my cousin had her wedding the very day before the audition in Arizona, so I was like, I'll already be down in that general area, I could just fly out from the wedding to Los Angeles. And so that's what I did. Was it scary? Yes, it was. But I felt like such a big girl. I felt like a grown-up. All in all, it was a scary experience, but it was also one of the coolest things I think I've done to date. It wasn't about making it even onto the show, it was about doing it for myself, proving to myself that I could go out there, do something scary, and make it out alive. So that was probably one of the best trips I've been on this past year. I don't think I really did anything else that was really that amazing or that cool. If they have another season, I'm definitely auditioning again. After that audition, I decided to quit dancing at a dance school that I danced at from the minute I started dancing, which was scary to me, but also I felt like it needed to happen. And quitting at a studio that I was so familiar with and trying to switch to a different one that I didn't know anybody at is scary, but once again, I made it through. Obviously, I haven't danced there very often, but now that I know that I could go there and not really care about who's there and who's judging me, I feel like this year has been a year of changing, of kind of taking steps in the right direction. I feel like I put myself out in the open so much more this year than I have any other year in my life, which is really kind of cool. And once you figure out that you're starting to do that, you're like, whoa, I'm doing just about anything I want. It doesn't make anything less scary like when you first do it, but it's just kind of cool to know that you made it through so many different things. Like, I quit a job that I was comfortable at to go to a different job that turned out to be, I had so many expectations for. I thought it was going to be really awesome. Thought it was going to be the job that I would have for like the next few years. Like, I was set on that. Turned out to be one of the worst experiences of my entire life in the work industry. Hated it, hated being there, had anxiety, hated my life, wanted to get out of there, and then it turned out I was set free. So I didn't get fired. I did not get fired. I don't think. I can't really figure out how to classify it. It was a weird situation, that's all you need to know. Anyway, left that, but then I didn't have a job, which was freaking scary. But I felt like it was a chance for me to take different opportunities. I had so much more free time, and I was like, wow, there's a lot I can do with this free time. Not that I wasn't job searching, because I definitely was, but at that time, I was just kind of dropped off from my job. Luckily, my mom, she has her own business, had a spot for me, which is really, really good, but also I knew it wasn't going to be super long term because there's only so many hours she could really offer me, which was good though. I made it somehow, managed to pay my bills, but in those 3 months I was freaking out because I knew that I needed to look for a job because I know that in July of this next year that I will be moving out. Like, I have to be moving out. It's not, my parents aren't kicking me out, but they're nudging me out. They're saying this is the last, that is the last month that you are allowed to be even in this house living. Not that they'll kill me. And I ended up finding one, and it's actually starting next week. Depending on when this is posted, I may have already started. I'm excited about it. I feel like it will have a lot of good opportunity for me to save money and move out in July. But also, within those 3 months that I've been freaking out about not having a job, I found that I should take advantage of that extra time that I have to make extra money, but also do something that I'm really passionate about. I started taking opportunities to be an extra in movies and shows or whatever that would come to this Seattle area. I'm up in this region. Not the very first one I ever submitted to, but the first one that I submitted to with the thought process that I wanted, that I knew that I could have the time to do it, I ended up getting. So up till now, I have now been an extra on a feature-length movie that will be in theaters, which is really freaking cool. Then I had submitted to be, there was a TV show filming up here. Ended up getting picked for that, which was pretty freaking cool. Then I had submitted to be an extra on a short film. Anyway, I feel like that leads us to where we are now. I feel like even from when Jess and I first started our channel, I felt like even from then, I wanted eventually to have my own channel, and I think she felt that way too, but I think we felt like it was a stepping stone from there to get to here, where we're comfortable enough to put ourselves out there by ourselves. Now I'm at this new stage where I'm starting my own channel. I know where I want to be at least in a few months, personally, not YouTubely, but I mean, you'll be along for the ride, I am sure of it, because this channel is for me to do whatever I feel like, which is a lot of probably talking about things, and maybe even some vlogs here and there, because I like to do them, and I feel like they're a little more welcome on this channel than they are on our other channel. And also, I'm like all alone. I feel like so much has happened this past year that I feel like I didn't get to talk about as it was happening, and I felt like I wanted to, but I didn't feel like it was the right time to start my own channel. I also didn't want to feel like I was leaving Jessa out, and I think we're both wanting to do our own channel, but we're both wanting to stay at the same channel that we're at, because we know that we want to grow it further. So don't be worried if you feel like we're just gonna stop with that other channel, because we are not. If you are worried about that. If you're new, then you don't care, but you should. That's pretty much it for this year. I feel like it was a good one. It was a stressful one. I had a lot of anxiety throughout it, which, you know, that's part of living. Some people know how to manage it a little better, and some people don't, and I felt like I made it through. A lot emotionally happened, and a lot mentally happened, and a lot physically, and whatever happened. Here we are. This year has gone by, and everything is fine, and I feel like it's a good way to close, and I feel like I'm ready to progress and have my own channel and start doing more things for me. Anyway, if you're curious to see my journey through life, keep watching this channel. There will be more of my life as long as I am living. Also, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Both my usernames are the same, @Tinisha Rose. I thank you for joining me on this channel. If you have watched this entire video, I'm happy. And go ahead and subscribe, because I will creep on you. Have a lovely day. I'm going to go New Year's Eve it up, which really, my plans are not that exciting, but I'm with people I like and love, and so I'm happy about that. Surround yourself with the people you had a good time with this year, and bring in the new year with them. That's what I say. So